Hi, if you're a Taurus born April 20th to May 20th, what can you expect for the month of December 2017? Let's tune in and find out. So Taurus, I really feel like somebody wants to buy you, whether they're wanting to believe in you, or they want to buy some of your time, or they just want to be around you, but I feel like they're betting on you, right? And whether that means they want to hire you, but it's this energy coming at you and you're like really tickled about it, like, wow, okay, why didn't you say so? So I really feel like there's this energy of movement towards you that's really good and productive, and you actually feel it coming in like, yeah, it's about time somebody noticed. So it feels really good and genuine. So really nice, people buying your time, wanting to spend time with you and really trying to get to know you. Great theme for December for you guys. All right, so let's look. First of all, we have a Mercury retrograde December 3rd to December 22nd. Those always mean that, we have to double and triple check our communication. We can expect, a little craziness with our cell phones and computers and electronics overall can be a little hampered, challenging. Travel can get screwed up. So you always want to make sure that you schedule more time in your day, have less things to do. And if you're traveling, make sure you leave yourself some extra time. Things are likely to be delayed or even canceled. So just, be over prepared for those things. The end of the month, it's all freed up and there's a lot more stability and more groundedness that's going to happen. And then we have a full moon in Gemini on December 3rd, which is a super moon. So it might even, it will even look visibly larger. And that energy may not be as intense because of the retrograde. It may feel actually a little bit slower, even though there's more energy coming in. With the retrograde, it kind of maybe balances it out a little bit, it feels like. But the point being, it's a very festive moon, a lot of fun. There's a lot of activity, a lot of action. For you, you may just feel like there's so many parties to go to and so many things to get to. You may feel a little dizzy. So you just want to plan accordingly and take time to be able to enjoy yourself and not rush, and double check your communication. All right, let's move into relationships, romantic relationships. For those of you in a committed relationship, what can you expect for the month of December? So there's a real kind of like partnership showing up for you, and I'm feeling like your partner's there for you. And there can also be moments where it's a little bit like vinegar and oil, like it's not mixing, it's not working out, it's not happening. And part of that feels like you can be rubbed the wrong way. More so, it feels like that 5th or 6th, and just the friction of the holiday or the friction of things not going your way. You just want to just temper it, just make sure that you're not overreacting, and take things a little slower. And in doing so, I think the relationship gets back on track faster. You really want to enjoy yourself and be a little more not so serious this month, right? Like really enjoy yourself a little bit more, and I feel like your partner is going to be able to do that. I feel like there's going to be some opportunities for you to be able to kind of sneak away and do some things, and there's just these different moments with it being quieter with the retrograde, because we tend to go in, redo, recreate, regenerate, relook, all these things that we want to that are drawing us inward instead of expanding outward. We'll expand towards the end of the month, but the beginning of the month, really kind of going in, which is a great time for you to be coupled, and a great time for you to be able to spend with your partner and your friend and your significant other. It's a really intimate time. Now, there's a really nice thing that could happen for you as a couple around December 12th. And then we have a new moon in Sagittarius on December 18th. And for those of you that are single, more of an optimal time for you to be able to meet somebody new, and especially at the end of the month, wide open to draw somebody new into your life. In the meantime, you can really take advantage, Taurus, of having fun by yourself, and well, not by yourself, but with your communities, and not putting pressure on yourself. Even though it feels kind of funky to go to a party by yourself, you want to collect friends. This is all about enjoying yourself, getting to know people, becoming curious about people, Because you naturally are very curious, Taurus. You're just like, you have that insatiable curiosity. I want to know, I want to know, I want to know. And that makes you really interesting. And so you're going to be a magnetic force that people want to get to know you. So I see that a lot of people are wanting to get to know you, but not all those people are going to be good for you. So you want to pay attention that when you're communicating with people and you're having fun, just notice, because you can feel things, Taurus, which ones really aren't so great for you. Now, it can be a little muted or foggy these first couple of weeks. And so don't overjudge or prejudge anybody too much during this retrograde cycle. Just kind of have fun, but don't get your back in a wall or make promises or do something like that aren't going to go well for you. So instead, look towards the end of the month. You can have fun with them, get to know them, and at the end of the month, you'll be a much better judge of whether or not somebody you want to keep around or not. Okay, so let's look forward into your careers and money for Taurus. There may be some proposals that you've been waiting on that actually come in early December, like at the end of November to early December. We do have that full moon in Gemini on December 3rd. And some of this feels media related. So it may be that you're asked to do an interview. It may be that you're asked to be on TV. It may be that you're asked to partner or co-create with somebody else. So partnerships and alliances can come in for you that are very powerful and that have to do around money and generating and making a lot of money. It also might be an opportunity for you to invest in something that feels good. And maybe it's just an investment in yourself. Maybe you buy some new clothes, or you get yourself a new car. If you do something like that, I would, especially with the clothes or the car, unless it's like, oh my God, my car breaks down, you can still do it. You just want to double check and triple check, right? Otherwise, if you can wait until after the 22nd to buy things like that, I would. But sometimes, if there's an event or a party or something that you need to handle that, right? You need to take care of yourself. And you need to look the part. So for some of you, if this comes in the end of November, early December, it may be that you have an appearance and you need a new outfit, right? You need a new suit. Got to do what you got to do. Got to live life. Just get another pair of eyes and ears to go, that's a good deal. Sounds like a good deal to me. And you look amazing, right? And so it's not just you, in there buying and suiting yourself up, because you're likely to miss it. You miss the mark, and we don't want you to do that. So just make sure that it doesn't have to be a professional, somebody who's dressing you, but at least somebody who has great taste that you can dress. Okay, so let's see what else is in store for you guys. There is something that this great thing happens, and then I see like a magnifying, there's a little like particle of dust that you can zoom in on and have it ruin the whole night. You don't want to do that, all right? Just be aware that you can have this tendency to become hyper focused on one thing, on that one negative thing, and not let it go. And don't go there, okay? Just don't go there. Just know that about yourself when that happens. Just go, I'm going to put my focus someplace else. I'm really going to let it go, and put your focus on all the good things that are happening. And I think if you do that, you won't find yourself, sucking the energy out of the party, or being the one who's like, yeah, but, right? Because it's easy to get pulled under when something doesn't go our way, or there's one thing, and it just gives me such a headache. Like this one little thing goes wrong, one little detail, and I feel like you can potentially blow it out of proportion. So if you know this about yourself ahead of time, or know that there's the potential to do that around that full moon on the 3rd, that you won't, right? That you'll go, I chalk it up to Mercury retrograde. I'm not going to fire them. I'm not going to not date them again. I'm not going to be in partnership with them. I'm going to ride this out, and we'll see how they perform at the end of the month. So just be aware, be a little sensitive that there's, things are happening in the universe that are out of people's control, and that they kind of just like are at the effect of things. Not optimal for anybody, but just want to give you a heads up about that so that you don't overreact and do something that you regret. Okay, let's look at your health for Taurus. So for some of you, I feel like this tightness in the chest, like I can't breathe. And it just feels like it's a combination of loneliness and fear. A lot of pressure on yourself to get some things done. A lot of you are pressuring yourself with, spending time with the right people, not wasting time. I feel like it's a big theme for you, Taurus, this month, is to not waste time, not waste it with the wrong people, making sure that you're making the most of your life, making sure that you're making the most of your meetings. And one of the things you want to do is relax. Just relax. And I feel if you can let go and just relax, that the right people will show up around you, the right meetings will happen, the right relationships will be there. So you're just being asked to slow down, trust, and let go. And I think if you can do that, by the end of the month, you're just going to be so fat and happy. Fat and happy in a good way, like PHAT, right? So there's like, yes, I'm the bomb. So it's really good. So just really take that in. No rush. There is no need to rush. Anything that's worth having is worth waiting for. So it's kind of like that attitude. Taking your time, not rushing. Now, there is something to be said, right, where if there's like, okay, this expires in 24 hours, I need you here now on set for this, or the opportunity passed, then yeah, you got to take it, right? For screw Mercury retrograde, I'm just going to double check what I'm going to say. But want to make sure that you're acting in a focused way and slowing down to minimize any mistakes. Okay. All right. So let's see anything unexpected for Taurus this month. Yeah, I think you may be surprised at how much, here's the thing, how much you guys have a lot of creative energy. There's a lot of creative energy in this space. But I want to say how things can kind of like fall into place for you, like boom, 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 boom. Like that would be a surprise. Like, wow, it actually came through, and wow, things are falling into place, and like, wow, it's about freaking time. So I see things kind of like whatever the problems have been, and I feel like the pieces move, so they all come into play, and they all come into perfect alignment by the end of the month. So whatever has been elusive for you, if you can slow down and let the universe catch up, things can actually fall into place for you. And I see this beautiful golden path, especially from like December 15th on. And there's a few moments here or there before that, but the 15th on, it really feels like this beautiful golden path, and then it gets much wider at the end of the month. All right, you guys, sounds like a really wonderful month for you, and I look forward to connecting with you. If you want to comment below, please do. I'll swing back around and respond to any questions or comments that you may have had. And I hope that you like my intuitive astrology. And if you do, please click like, share it with your friends, and have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season and a terrific new year. And I look forward to connecting with you again next year.